Hello, beautiful humans. So I was not intending to make a video today because it's rainy and gross and I think the light is wrong. But to be completely honest, I'm trying this new lip gloss and I built a whole thing around it and I didn't want to waste the look. So here we are. I had a thought about this whole eating disorder thing and learning how to eat when I'm hungry, which is actually something I'm learning. And it is this: progress looks like hobbits. Hobbits, you say? Carrie, what is this meaning? I do not understand. Explain to me the hobbits. I will explain to you. So, I'm supposed to eat every 3 hours because the whole intuitive eating, eat when you're hungry thing, I can't do that because that's been trained out of me for like decades now. So, for example, this morning I woke up at 2:49 because the cat woke me up for first breakfast, and I got out of bed at 4. I was hungry, so I had first breakfast, my first breakfast, not the cat's first breakfast, at like 4:30. Eventually I went back to bed, and then I got up at like 7, and I had second breakfast at 7:30, and then I had food again at like 11:15, so I had 11sies. Probably around like 1, I'm going to have luncheon. That's going to be like beef jerky or something, whatever. Actually, no, it might be something larger than that because I might be that hungry because I'm supposed to do that. It's very important. And then 3 hours after that, I will have afternoon tea. And then after that, I will have dinner. And then after that, I will have supper. Because I'm supposed to eat every 3 hours. And when I do that, I am a hobbit. So, progress looks like hobbits. I'm very pleased with that thought. Also, with the whole, like, I don't know how to eat when I'm hungry thing, I am going to explore something that I thought of. We're going to go with thought of. During my French phase. What is my French phase? Well, for about 6 months, a couple years ago, I was in a dark ass place, my dudes. It was bad. And I wore exclusively yoga pants and oversized sweatshirts and did not do makeup and did not do hair and felt just frumpy and awful and terrible. But I didn't die. So we consider that a win. I consider that a win. Just gonna throw that out there. And I pulled myself out of it with a book, or I started to pull myself out of it. There was a lot of therapy involved and like medication, whatever. I started to pull myself out of it with a book called French Women Don't Get Fat by Mireille Giuliano. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Which is a book that I flipping love because I love her writing style. I love like reading about her stories of like growing up in the French countryside. I love the way she writes. I love the way she talks. It's fabulous. And reading that book and then every single French lifestyle book on Amazon I could get my hands on. I have like 50 of them now. I started to like actually wear pants. Real people pants. And like not oversized sweatshirts. And eventually I came back to the land of the wearing real people clothes and doing my makeup and doing my hair and feeling like a, real people person and giving a shit, which is nice. I'm a huge fan. However, there is something about that book that I wish to call shenanigans on. That has to do with my learning how to eat when I'm hungry. In her instructions on how French women don't get fat, she says it's very important as you're trying to lose weight not to get hungry. And I'm like, okay. And then she describes portion sizes for things and only eating at meal times. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? This isn't even what I want to bitch about, by the way. I'm just like, these two things fight. Do you mind? I don't know if I just need more food than like tiny French people, but these two things fight. So that was something that was difficult. But in the section where she talks about recasting, which is like the 3-month period where you relearn what your body needs for food and you lose half the weight and whatever, she talks about jumpstarting it by having a weekend of magical leek soup. Now, this magical leek soup is apparently a like weight loss trick that has been handed down by families in her, by women in her family for like generations. Like it's known in the family and kind of like in the neighborhood, but you don't talk about it because they don't talk about that in France. I don't know. Apparently. I'm American. I don't know. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to make the leek soup on Saturday morning and like drink a cup of it every couple hours until Sunday night, where you can have like a small portion of meat or fish and a fruit and a vegetable. And then that is your nutrition and nourishment for the weekend. Okay, even if the magical leek soup wasn't what I'm about to bitch about, that is not enough fucking food, dude. Like, that's a crash diet. Nein, Fräulein. That's not a good idea. Don't do that shit. Especially if you're like me and working on learning how to have a healthier relationship with food in the first place, because honest to God, it's shit like that makes me think, oh, I'm supposed to be hungry now that I'm an adult. Makes me think that, like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is what the nice lady is saying to do, and this apparently works for her, so I'll do it, and I'm supposed to be hungry. Okay, good talk. However, magical leek soup is 8 kinds of bullshit. Because you take a pot, you put a lot of water in it, you chop up leeks, you put leeks in the water, you boil those leeks for however the fuck long it takes to get them soft. You take the leeks out of the water, and the water that's left in the pot is your soup. Now, what the fuck? No, dude, that's not soup. That barely qualifies as broth. No, that's hot leek water. It is functionally leek tea. No. Like, you may have come to the conclusion that I, personally, am actually fairly good at going hungry because I have a shit ton of practice there. Like, functioning while hungry is a thing that I have done for a long-ass time. When I get too hungry, apparently I'm a huge bitch, by the way. People who know me very well and have spent a lot of time with me in close quarters will vouch for this. Hanger is real when I get too hungry. Like, apparently I'm very unpleasant to live with when that happens. Sorry, Matthew. The intermittent fasting stage was not fun for him. My intermittent fasting. But I'm really good at going hungry. Because I thought that's what I was supposed to do, so I've done it for years. I did not make it 2 hours into her magical leek soup fucking weekend because I was supposed to live on hot fucking leek water for 2 days. Really? No. Just, I love her book. I love all her books, actually. She's written multiple. And I love her writing style. I love her stories. I love a lot of her shit. But that, my friends, is some bullshit. Especially since when the book came out, that became fucking widespread. Like, they thought leeks were going to be traded on the commodities market because of French women don't get fat. So an entire fucking, 6 months of people were running around trying to live on hot leek water, and I'm shocked the world didn't implode from the concentrated rage of hunger. Because I cannot be the only one who turns into the bitch queen from hell. You think I'm exaggerating? I'm kind of not. It's a problem. Which means, actually, that life should be getting a lot better for people that I often come in contact with, because the whole eat when you're hungry thing means that I won't get that hungry, which means I won't Hulk out and, eat people's faces. which apparently I do. Oops. Sorry. But yeah, no. So, progress is hobbits. I am becoming a hobbit, but except without the hairy feet, and I'm a little taller. I would totally ride to Gondor and like fuck shit up for orcs. I'm not gonna lie. That was actually my life dream when I was a small human. Let's sigh. Some dreams cannot be. But, and then, French stage. I'll talk about this more because it's like confusing to me a little bit, but it was extremely helpful in pulling me out of like a really dark place. But do not try to live on hot fucking leek water for 2 days. That is 8 kinds of bullshit. Just period, the end. I don't even have something after that. It's just bullshit. Period. Tap, tap, tap. Enter, enter, enter. The end. Okay. Now that I've, I don't know, bitched, been enraged, there's a word for this and I don't remember what it is, about French women don't get fat, for quite a few minutes, I'm going to let you beautiful people go and tell you to have an exceptionally lovely day. My gorgeous humans, don't eat the fucking leek water.